YouTube, welcome or welcome back. In this video, I'm going to give you my opinion on Ozempic, right? Non-science based, by the way, just a few basic facts and my actual own thoughts on it, right? So before we get stuck in, if you can like and subscribe once you get to the end, remember to drop your thoughts in the comments below. I genuinely want to know where you stand on this one. Right, Ozempic. Now, straight away, I'll tell you as you already know this, I'm not a doctor, I'm not a pharmacist. I don't have all the medical ins and outs. You can go and look that up on your own. But what I do have is lots of experience, right? 14 years in the gym and 4.5 years coaching, actually over 4.5 years coaching. I've been through multiple competition preps. I've used fat burners. I've helped clients drop literal stones of body fat naturally before any of this shit was even like a thing, really, before it even came mainstream. So this is my honest take on where I kind of sit with it and what my thoughts are on these types of medications, specifically Ozempic. So wee bit of background here in case you've been living like under a rock, right, and you didn't know this stuff. But again, you can go Google this stuff yourself. But Ozempic was originally designed for type 2 diabetes, right? And it works by suppressing your appetite, slowing digestion, and helping regulate blood sugar. I'm not going to sit here. I can't sit here and tell you it doesn't work because it literally does, right? Clinical results show significant fat loss for a lot of people. And for some, the appetite control just on its own is life-changing, right? It's fucking crazy. I've seen like a lot of celebrities and stuff like that have used it and they've lost literal stones of weight on it, right? But there is a wee question that you should probably ask yourself, honestly, if you are thinking about using this. Are you using it because you actually need it? Or are you looking at it as a wee bit of like a get out of jail free card? Because that's the actual part that, in my opinion, that's what changes everything, right? So if you're like clinically obese, like health genuinely at risk, you've had the proper medical conversation with your GP, fair enough, I'd say that's a legitimate use case. And I'm never going to sit here and tell you otherwise. But if you're sitting maybe like 2 to 3 stone overweight, which isn't too much to be honest at all, you've never really tried like actually consistently nailing your nutrition, you've never trained consistently, and you're thinking, no, maybe I'll just jump on this. Like, I would just jump on this Ozempic and kind of like skip the hard bit. I would seriously rethink that. But I would say this is a bit that people are not talking about enough. Ozempic, obviously, like, it doesn't just reduce fat, it does reduce muscle as well. So it's overall body mass. And again, if you're not training properly, which is very difficult to do considering it zaps your appetite, and you're not hitting your protein, the weight you lose isn't going to be just fat. It doesn't target body fat. You will lose muscle and your metabolism will slow down. Okay, metabolic adaptation will occur and your physique long term can actually end up in a worse position than if you'd actually just done it properly. Another thing that I don't see mentioned too much, like I've seen the odd TikTok and that about it, is like what happens when you stop taking it. Hunger comes back, of course, right? Your appetite is going to come back. And if you haven't built any habits or any structure, any understanding whatsoever of how to eat or what to eat, then your weight's just going to come back with it, right? It's no like a magic forever pill. Once you come off that, you will see weight gain back, and we've seen that loads with tons of people that have used it and kind of shared their journeys and stuff like that. You only need to type that into TikTok or something and you'll see like Ozempic journey or Ozempic weight gain. You just type something like that and then you'll literally see it. So the weight comes back with it. As harsh as it sounds, you're basically just going to get fat again, right? If you just stop taking it. Studies, well, if you stop taking it and you've not built any of the structured habits and discipline in place. So studies and that clearly back this up because like nothing underneath has actually changed other than you're like injecting yourself with something once a week, do you know what I mean? Or however often it is. I think for the most part it's once a week. So you haven't actually learned to eat properly. You haven't built the discipline. You've just been on a drug that made you less hungry, which isn't, in my opinion, an actual life transformation. It's more like borrowed time. And then obviously you've got the financials as well, okay, so the costs, like we're talking like hundreds of pounds a month privately. Can you sustain that long term? Because if you can't, you're back to square one with nothing built. Plus the side effects as well, like anything like that is going to come with some sides, right? Your nausea, fatigue, digestive issues, stuff like that. So you're also going to have some longer term serious risks, which I do believe are low. There's no quite much to kind of back that up yet. Maybe there will be, maybe there won't. So to balance things out a bit here, right, if somebody who is genuinely overweight and accepts those risks because you've got a medical sign off and you're pairing it with like a structured training and kind of higher protein like approach, that's your best case scenario. That's using it as an additional tool. Obviously it's a powerful one, right? It's a powerful tool. But with that foundation underneath it. But there are tons of people who aren't doing that, right? And they're just using it as their entire plan, right? Like, what's the plan? Ozempic, right? Ozempic, that's the plan. And that's the kind of overarching problem that I personally see with it online, because the habits that are built are the thing that keeps the results there permanently. My take is pretty simple on it, right? It's simple. So to summarise here, weigh it up properly. Be honest with yourself about why you actually want to try this. Speak to a doctor. Be aware of the risks and the costs. Just like a lot of things, a lot of similar things, if you're just looking to like skip the hard bit, that shortcut doesn't really exist, and Ozempic isn't going to change that for you. I'd say basically, if you are very, very overweight to the point where your actual health is at risk, you could use this alongside improved habits and lifestyle. Even just basic shit like walking, health supplementation doesn't mean you need to start like training like an animal. If your insulin sensitivity is fucked and you've tried losing a few stone and you literally cannot lose any weight, also fair. But if you are just looking to cut corners and you're essentially just being lazy, I'm sorry to say, but I would not be surprised if eventually, as we've seen it already is for doing that for some people, if eventually it comes back and bites you in the arse. Please drop your thoughts in the comments and all this below. Tap like, hit subscribe. Links in the description, a bit more about coaching. Plenty more content coming your way as usual. And I'll catch you in the next one.